Good evening everybody and welcome to this annual council and mayor making ceremony. We're going to move straight on with the first order of business, which is the election of the town mayor. So I'm going to propose my lovely friend to my right, my deputy currently, Councillor Alan Rowe. He's been a really amazing deputy to me in the last year, being a font of knowledge, a support, a friend, made me laugh, and works incredibly hard for Falmouth. And I know that the mayorship will be in very safe hands by passing it to you, so I'd like to nominate you. Do I have a seconder?
I would like a second.
Take that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd like to second Councillor Rowe to be the next mayor of Falmouth. I found him to be hard-working, supportive, reliable, very vocal at times, and has a track record of volunteering in the local community. Plus, he's passionate about the environment as well, so I think all those qualities together will make him an excellent mayor.
Thank you. Is there any other nominations? No, so we'll move to the vote then. All in favour of Councillor Alan Rowe becoming the next mayor of Falmouth? And that's clearly carried. Thank you very much. So there's loads of stuff we have to do, don't we?
Falmouth Town Council declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the code of conduct which is expected of members of the Falmouth Town Council.
Well, not quite. So, this declaration is made and subscribed before me, Alan Mark Williams. I'm the proper officer of Falmouth Town Council. There will now be a brief adjournment for the Mayor to take on the ropes.
sit.
Thank you, everyone. I would like at this point to present Councillor Kirsty Edwards, the outgoing Mayor, with a past service insignia to recognise all of her very, very hard work in the last 12 months. And in fact, the last 3 years, or each 2 years, is it to me.
It's very small.
Thank you. So I forgot what I'm supposed to do if I'm not the mayor anymore. I have the luxury of being able to remain seated before. So thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. The mayoral chain has been a heavy thing to carry this year, both metaphorically and physically. In a time of global and national turmoil, with wars raging, people on their knees financially, and the divide between the haves and have-nots, and the for and against growing wider, it's been at times harrowing to be a public leader in this period, when the frustration that people feel daily boils over, trying my best to balance what I can do to support our residents and make the world a better place, but also carrying the weight of what I cannot control or fix for others with me throughout. As a hugely empathetic person, this has been incredibly challenging, not least of all because I have my own lived experience in many of these cases. Lack of special educational needs support, violence against women and girls, homelessness, disability, neurodivergence and financial chaos. It's not always been easy, but I can hold my head up high, knowing I've given it everything, the very, very best of me, to do the town proud and be all that the community needs me to be. One of the biggest challenges of Mayor is that you don't actually hold any more power than any other of the members that sat around this table, despite what people think. Children always come up to me and say, oh, you must live in a mansion, you must have a swimming pool. Well, I live in a council house and I have a paddling pool, if that counts. But actually, your role is to uphold democracy, despite your own personal opinions. And there have been a few key moments in this year when personally I've had really different opinions to those which sit around me. And then that passes the chamber. Then you have the challenging job of representing this decision publicly, despite sometimes some really tricky backlash. As a mayor, it's a fine line between advocating for your community and isolating your community from those that can support and help you. For example, over the headlands in Cornwall Council, or when other people drag party politics into it. We have the lovely Ruth here on behalf of Sherilyn. People would think we would sit oppositionally because of our politics, but we don't, we work together. I feel I've managed this balance consistently and well, maintaining excellent relationships with those that in this for and against world people would assume would be against me. Ultimately, I treated everyone I meet at any level, from the youngest child to the very most senior VIPs, with the same affable, kind, gracious, honest and genuine greeting and active listening. It's not always been easy, and I'll be honest, I've had to bite my tongue on more than one occasion, but for the greater good. But I've also given considered opposition when the situation requires it. But in all honesty, the people I've met have been overwhelmingly lovely, thoughtful and grateful for my time and effort and energy. We do, as I said last year, have so very much more in common than we do that divides us. I've been hugely proud to oversee some ginormous achievements for the town in 23-24, standing alongside my colleagues from the council and our incredible staff, plus many people in the community to deliver them. These are just some of them. So the Princess Pavilion, where we're sat tonight, is being revitalised and is successful. We've still got some capital works to do, but the team here have just acquired a really significant grant to help us do some of that work. We've reviewed our employment and wellbeing policies and practice. We continue to be a living wage employer. We've done job evaluations. We make sure our staff are treated fairly and really well supported, and I'm really proud of that.
We've reviewed our governance, our scheme of delegation and standing orders to help us work more efficiently and inclusively for those of us that work and have children as well as being members of this council. We signed up to the Civility and Respect Pledge. We've reconfirmed our commitments to the Blue and Green initiatives. I even presented last week at a social and environmental justice conference in part on the work that we're doing here in Falmouth. Everybody looks to us for being exemplary in these spaces. We signed and passed the White Ribbon Commitment, standing up against violence to women and girls. Our projects, I'm so happy about our projects. Pendennis Headland is now in local ownership and protected forever from development thanks to this council, and I'm really proud of my colleagues for taking that on. The former Ships and Castles site was saved from private sale and development, transferred to local ownership, and we have an incredibly robust partnership there with Pendennis Leisure for meanwhile uses and new leisure. We've passed the Church Street Master Plan, that's now your responsibility to work out what next. We've got the CCTV in-house, leading the county. I sit in lots of meetings for work and as the council about how innovative that is to actually do this in our own town, and it massively supports the work of our police colleagues having that in town for us. We've got the Safe and Secure Community Safety Measures Initiative with BID. Congratulations, Richard, on another term as BID manager. The work we do with BID is in partnership is really remarkable. And again, I sit across all the different safer towns in Cornwall for work, and we really do stand out as being the pinnacle of creativity for these. Myself and Councillor Kirkham managed to get the Barclays Bank Hub into the municipal buildings, something we were asked by the community to stop the closure of the final hub of their banking and move that. We managed to do that. The website's nearly done. We've had Ponsard Cemeteries is pretty much restored now thanks to the work of Simon's team in grounds and to Henrietta. Skate Park, obviously my big baby, it's 3/4 built now. That's been a real testament to hard work and partnership working. Changing Places is now open. The Resource Kimberley Park Lodge project has its funding and is about to start being developed, which is incredible. And one of the biggest things that has been a privilege to be part of is all the events we've had. I was very, very lucky to be at the helm with some of the biggest events that we've seen in Falmouth for a really long time. For the Tall Ships, I got to support and be alongside the Mexican ambassador to the UK for 4 days. We had a wonderful time, got to have experiences I'm so privileged to have had. It was really, really something that I will remember forever. I was there when the Arthur exhibition was being put up, when the paintings arrived, and saw and felt the excitement and the pride that our cultural services team in Haddon put in on that show, which has had national recognition for its work. We've had Armed Forces Day, again I inherited that one. I've been so fortunate that our veteran colleagues locally have really supported and been wonderful to me throughout. That's not just Shanty Festival, the rest of them, Shanty Festival, Richard dragging me up to sing the final Shanty songs on stage. There's another one that I won't forget in a hurry. Falmouth Week, Oyster Festival, the festive events, running around town dressed like a Christmas tree. I mean, I've had a laugh while doing this at the same time. I've taken it very seriously, but I've also had lots of opportunity for joy. And all that's off the back of one of the lowest precept rises nationally amongst large town councils. I know in Cornwall we get a bit of grief, but when you compare the size of us and what we deliver, we really do an awful lot with not very much, and I'm incredibly proud that we were able to do that with our staff. I've given it my best, and the last 3 years in this leadership role and the last year as mayor, I've relentlessly juggled all my responsibilities as an ambassador for Falmouth, a mum, an employee, a partner and a friend, and I couldn't have done it without some key people. My councillor colleagues, and in most cases, but particular thanks need to go to the following: to Jane, Jude, Deborah, Louise, Emily, Steve and Geoffrey. When I felt like I couldn't keep going, you've held me up and shown me that I'm worth so much more than how I'm treated. And that I'm enough. I trust you implicitly to always care about me, the person, over anything else, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. All of our staff across all the gardens, gallery, library, facility, cemetery, pavilion, office, events, all of you have had my back 100% and brought so much joy, laughter and honesty and support to my days, and I'm very, very proud of what you do for our town. So my final thanks to Val and Emily, wherever they are. They've been running around organising us as ever, without whom I'd not have been anywhere on time in the last year. I'd have dropped the ball relentlessly. Managing 4 diaries personally has been so hard, and I'm grateful for you both for all you've done to support me. This job is massive. There's so much correspondence, invitations, visits, meetings. I simply couldn't have done it without you, and I hope you enjoy this very small treat I've got for both of you. Richard, the man to my right, I'm incredibly impressed by your constant, bouncy, positive, knowledgeable attitude to work and life. You're a great role model and you've been so supportive and kind to me always, even making me roll up crying with laughter in some of my hardest, darkest moments. There are some memories that will save me for a lifetime, running through the town as a dinosaur, dressing up as a Christmas tree, singing through the town as a reindeer, and pretending I know what I'm doing at all the endless events. And every event you've been right there beside me, guiding me and keeping me safe. The town is very, very lucky to have you, and I've been very lucky to have you by my side supporting me always. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Richard. I've had one in my chamber at the end of some really tricky meetings. We might have had a little sneaky one at the end, haven't we? Just sometimes you need to do that. To Alan, our new mayor, I'm so proud of you. You're one of the kindest humans I've ever met, incredibly resilient and humble. You're a quiet workhorse that gets on with stuff while no one's watching. You stand up for others, and you've got one of the strongest moral compasses I've ever met, and anyone I've ever met. I'm so glad to know you and consider you a friend. You've literally been at the end of the phone day and night and have gone above and beyond always to make sure I'm okay as my deputy. You're the absolute best deputy mayor, and I feel so safe passing this role to you. I know you hold the same values as me and will do Falmouth proud. Thank you sincerely for being my person and believing in me even when I didn't believe in myself. I'm so grateful to know you and have you in my life, and I believe in you, so please have the best year, and I'm always here for you, obviously. Don't call me too much though. I'm joking again. And Sean, you won't like me doing this, but it's been quite difficult for you to watch all that's happened to me over the last 3 years, and I'm not sure if I could have been in your shoes, powerless to protect me and frustrated by just how much pain and distress some situations have caused me. I appreciate you standing quietly beside me always, trusting me, and I very much appreciate the calm, dignified respect you've shown me, my role and those around me, despite how challenging it's been for us. You've stood quietly watching with so much pride as I pull myself back up again, put my game face on and continue working hard day after day, smile on my face, being professional and positive as always, despite anything that's thrown at me. No one would know that apart from you, just how hard that's been. And I couldn't have done it without you. You're my biggest champion, and I know how incredibly proud you are of me. You are and always have been my rock. Thank you, my BFG. He's hiding in the audience, but at least he's heard it. And Mark, last and not least, Mr. W, I don't even know where to start. Thank you for being the oracle of all things council, for supporting me to understand the myriad of rules and regulations with kindness and without making me feel my endless questions are completely stupid. You're like the calmest person I think I've ever met. Totally flappable and an incredible sounding board who has always encouraged me to be myself, trust myself and have faith in myself. I've lost count of the amount of rants and tears you've had to sit through, but I've always been met with absolute kindness and compassion. You're a remarkable man and have the patience of a saint to manage all that we must manage. There's so much more to this job than is ever seen publicly. Thank you for making me feel safe and supporting when I felt very alone. For sharing the laughter and joy of our successes, for the endless memes and moments of utter hilarity and the ridiculously of our lives when it's all got too much. You're a great asset to this council, a great friend, and I am genuinely going to miss you. So thank you. Mr. Mayor, best of luck. You've definitely got this. There you go.
Thank you, Kirsty. I'm trying not to cry, so thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you so much, my friends, family and colleagues. I'd like to start by saying King Charles II gave Falmouth his charter in 1661. The settlement up to that point had been known as Penican Quig or Smithick, and in return a church was built and dedicated to his father, King Charles the Martyr. The new church was consecrated in 1664. But I'd like to take you back to 1664, if you'll let me, when Falmouth was only 3 years old. In 1664, England annexes the Dutch colony of New Amsterdam in North America and renames it the province of New York after James, the Duke of York. Construction begins the Sheldonian Theatre for University Ceremonies in Oxford, as designed by Christopher Wren. It also marked the formation in London of the Duke of York and Albany's Maritime Regiment of Foot. This was the origin of the Royal Marines, which have strong historical ties to the southwest. Stick with me, this is going somewhere. Robert Hooke discovers Jupiter's great red spot. In the city of Mantua in Italy, the world's oldest continually published private newspaper publishes its first known issue. Also in 1664, and more importantly, the Kronenberg Brewery is founded in Strasbourg. Louis XIV of France in 1664 opens the Palace of Versailles. And finally, also in 1664, Thomas Holden becomes the very first mayor of Falmouth. And he began an unbroken line of men and women stretching over 360 years. I'm deeply honoured and proud to be the latest mayor in this 360-year-old tradition. In that time, we've had a variety of characters, all chosen from the local population to serve and promote Falmouth. And in the past few years, we've had some truly wonderful people take up the mantle, and many of them are in this room tonight. I should also mention that Falmouth Town Council is itself 50 years old this year, and it is a very different organisation from the one that was born in 1974. We are now responsible for far more within the town, and are in many ways we are much more able to have a real impact on residents' lives and the way that the town looks and feels. And I'd like to thank our clerk, Mark Williams, who has for 21 years been a steady and knowledgeable hand on the tiller. He must be very young when he started.
That's great.
He has supported and helped many councillors in his time, and I suspect that without him, the town would not be the place that it is today. So thank you.
Thank you.
I must acknowledge and recognise the most recent mayor, Councillor Kirsty Edwards. What is she?
Yeah.
Kirsty is someone who I've admired and known for many years, since our children were at primary school together. She has a boundless, Tigresque style drive and an enthusiasm, and works tirelessly in her time at Falmouth Town Council to drive projects forward and to open our eyes to greater inclusion and openness. It is no small measure thanks to Kirsty that Falmouth Town Council and Falmouth Town itself are thriving in a hospitable town and has a welcoming ethos with inclusion and tolerance at its core. She has modernised the language she uses as a council and challenged stereotypes and entrenched mindsets, and she has done so with a smile. This has all come at a personal cost to Kirsty, and I've been shocked by the comments she has received. But I've also been blown away by her calmness and stoicism in the face of such abuse. But Kirsty's true legacy will be the positive things that she has achieved, and the mark that she has left on us all to be more thoughtful in our language and more tolerant towards others. Thank you, Councillor Evans, for all that you've done. I would also like to thank my fellow town councillors for bestowing this honour upon me, and I hope that you will all work with the Mayor's office over the next 12 months to promote our town throughout the Duchy. I would like to single out and thank Councillor Steve Eva, who has been a guide and mentor to me in many ways. I would especially like to thank my fellow Labour councillors, who have guided me through my local government adventure and helped and supported me at all times, especially through what's been a very challenging couple of years for me. I would not be out here without their guidance and support, and I fully acknowledge that I'm only here as they allow me to stand on their shoulders. So thank you. Thanks also to all of the wonderful staff at Falmouth Town Council who continually go above and beyond, who have a passion for Falmouth that shines through in everything that they do. From running the pavilion, to tending our beautiful gardens, to organising events, and 1,001 other things they do. Each and every one of them is a credit to our town, and I'm proud to stand with them as Falmouth's new mayor. Nearly finished. I would also like to briefly mention my chosen charity for the coming year, the Young Generation. Young Generation are a group of volunteers who work tirelessly, giving up literally thousands of hours of their free time to give local children the experience of putting on live theatre productions to a very high standard. They are dedicated and selfless, and their support has given thousands of local children an experience that helps build confidence and resilience. And I know that for many children, it has proved to be a positive, life-changing experience. I hope there's many of you people here tonight who will come and see their production of Beauty and the Beast on this very stage in August this year. I have been lucky enough to see some of the rehearsals, and it's going to be spectacular. So no pressure, mind you. Thank you everyone who's come here today, and thank you for travelling and giving up your time. It is amazing to see so many fellow mayors here with us tonight, and it is heartwarming to see so many parts of our community represented tonight in this room. I hope that I can do justice to this role, and I hope to catch up with as many of you as possible in the garden room afterwards. Thank you very much. Okay, now we'll just those. We're going to have a formal town council meeting now, so we'll just run through some of the agenda items quickly, and then we'll all head to the bar. So, number 2, apologies for absence.
Councillor Robinson's on holiday.
Thank you. Does anyone have any interest or dispensations to declare in respect of tonight's items? No? Nothing to do. We now move to the election of the Deputy Mayor.
I've worked with her for the last 3 years on chairs, when she was chairs and these chairs now. She takes a lot of pride in her work, and she's very good at working with the councillors, and she's very good working with the staff. And I think she can only bring some excellent to town council and work beside you very well. I'd like to go to council.
Thank you, Councillor. Do we have a seconder? That's okay.
Councillor Cody, this is your second term. You're in your 8th year. You've certainly done your time. You have worked so hard for the community for the whole time you've been here. You're extremely committed, you're strong, you're reliable, you're a fantastic backbone. You work so well with the young people because, of course, that's your work as well. I think you'll be a fantastic deputy, a real support to Councillor Rowe.
Any other nominations from the floor? Then I propose to move to a vote. All those in favour of Councillor Cody being next Deputy Mayor of Falmouth? Thank you.
Get to the end.
You will, yeah. We are in a minute.
So, thank you to all my family and friends for coming along tonight and for all the support they've given me over the years. It's good to see so many people here. I am told it is the biggest audience we have ever had at a mayor-making ceremony. Falmouth Town Council has grown hugely in the 8 years that I've been a councillor, and I believe this shows that we retain and build on our strong links with the community. When I joined the council in early 2018, following the untimely death of our former MP, Candy Atherton, many of her projects were just coming to fruition. The council finishing the renovation of the old post office, building the bandstand in Kimberley Park, supplying sequel-proof bags to local residents and working to integrate the student population to our town, while protecting the interests of our residents with the restrictions on numbers of HMOs. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. Behind the scenes, our growth as a council required much work on restructuring our staff and reviewing our policies and employment practices. As a member and since 2021 Chair of Staffing Committee, I have been working hard with officers to make sure the council is as resilient and efficient as we can make it. In this term of the council since 2021, I've enjoyed being part of a majority Labour group that have worked together and with councillors from other parties to continue providing the services and projects that Falmouth residents have asked us for. The Princess Pavilion is going from strength to strength and serves the community. The China Field Skate Park is due to be finished later this year. The Resource Centre in Kimberley Park, in partnership with Source FM, is due to be ready early next year, and the Town Council has taken on Pendennis Headland and saved it from development, as we were asked to do by the people. It is going to be a big change for me to go from working behind the scenes to a more public, civic role as Deputy Mayor, but being a councillor in such a vibrant town has always been about meeting challenges, and I am sure that with the support of our officers and my friends, children, parents and colleagues, I can look forward to an interesting and rewarding year ahead. I don't think I need to worry about what jewellery to wear when I'm done.
Thank you, Councillor Kelly. Okay, we'll move on now to the appointment of standing committees. These have all been pre-voted, so I propose that we vote them through en masse in one vote. If that's agreeable. Do you need proposals? Can I have a proposal, please, for the list as shown on the agenda? Councillor Kirkham, seconder. Councillor Eva, all those in favour? That's carried, thank you. Thank you, councillors. We next move to the appointment of standing committee chairs and vice chairs for the ensuing municipal year. Again, these were voted at a pre-meeting, so if we could just have a proposal and seconder those recommendations, please. Proposer, Councillor Edwards. Seconded, Councillor Clegg. All those in favour? Thank you. We next move to the representatives for outside bodies. This is to appoint representatives for outside bodies for the ensuing municipal year. Again, I propose that we vote this through all en bloc. If I could have a proposer and a seconder, please. Councillor Kelly proposed, Councillor Edwards to second. All those in favour? That's carried. Again, for the councillor champions, this is to appoint councillor champions for the ensuing municipal year. Again, I propose we vote through this en bloc. Could I have a proposer, please? Councillor Eva, seconder. Councillor Kirkham. All those in favour? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That was nice and quick. Councillor attendance records. It's noted. Item 10, standing orders and financial regulations. To confirm standing orders and financial regulations as agreed at minute C5835. Could we have a proposer and seconder and vote those through, please? Councillor Edwards propose and Councillor Cody second. All those in favour? Thank you. Code of conduct. This is for all members to adopt the members' code of conduct as part of our standing orders. Do we have a proposer? Councillor Saylor. Seconder? Councillor Eva. All those in favour? Thank you, everyone. Schedule of meetings. To approve the recommended schedule of meetings for 2024-25 municipal year. Do we have a proposer? Councillor Kirkham. Second, Councillor Edwards. All those in favour? This is easy.
They're all like this, honest.
Yeah, you've chosen this, isn't it? Health and safety policy, as previously circulated. Do I have a proposer? Councillor Clegg. Seconder. Councillor Edwards. All those in favour? That was an exciting one. The risk management policy and risk register. This has been circulated to all councillors separately, so I hope we'll have a chance to look at that. Do we have a proposer for adopting that, please? Councillor Edwards, seconded Councillor Kirkham. All those in favour? Thank you, everyone. The environmental policy. This should be sent out to councillors, so we'll have sight of it. Do we have a proposer? Councillor Evans, seconded Councillor Sealer. All those in favour? Carried. Voted ready. Good. General powers of confidence. What's this? Is this just the vote on again?
Yeah, so this is a declaration made every 4 years, and as a council, we like to renew it every year, so a resolution would be nice.
Okay, so do we have someone propose that we do so? Proposer Councillor Edwards, seconded Councillor Coley. All those in favour? Thank you. Town twinning. To recognise a formal twinning link with San Nazir in France. This is a really important one. We had a big San Nazir day recently, and the San Nazir delegation came over and met with us. Proposed Councillor. Councillor.
I think this is quite important for the town. as the services representative for the council, I've been lucky enough to go to San Jose twice, and they are very, very keen to twin with us, which I think is great in this day and age. And I believe the schools are linking up to do exchanges with students, which is a long time coming. And I just think it's such a natural town to twin with. I would like to see it back in the whole country.
Thank you, Councillor. Thanks. Please. Councillor Ross. All those in favour? Thank you, Councillors. The last and final is banking. We've moved bank accounts and we just need a vote on that. So do we have a proposal, a motion? Councillor Clegg, seconder. Councillor Coley, all those in favour? Thank you. Well, we're done now. That's the formal business of the night. So it's 10 quarters now, isn't it? Loads of time. Oh, no, it's not good.
No, it's not quite right.
Oh, no, even better. So thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate some of you have travelled quite some distance, so thank you so much for coming. I hope to see as many of you as possible in the garden room afterwards. It's not free beer, is it?
There's a complimentary drink.
Complimentary drink and free food. So if guests could go to the garden room, please, and start enjoying that. And if I could ask councillors to meet outside for official photographs, then we'll join guests in the garden room.
Council led by the bandstand.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much.